guys, a long time no talk to. So I wanted to come on here and give you a little update, or kind of like an intro. So 3 years ago on May 3rd, 2017, almost 4 years ago, I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. If you don't know what that is a weight loss surgery. So my channel's kind of gonna be not just makeup, books. I'm gonna talk about my surgeries, the weight loss surgeries, and like what I eat, what the like pre-op, post-op, stuff like that. But right now I want to kind of give an intro. Now, I have struggled with my weight my entire life. I remember always being the fat kid, always being the chubby kid, even playing hockey. I played hockey on 3 different teams when I was in high school. I bounced from rink to rink, and it didn't matter. Nothing I did ever mattered. I always had problems with my weight, and I remember I went to the doctor, I think I was like 10 years old, no, maybe, and I weighed like 118 pounds, and I was little, so I didn't think of anything like that. And then I remember I started Weight Watchers with my mom when I was, I want to say 12. I was in 7th grade, and that's my dog. And I lost quite a bit of weight. Like I got down to, I think it was like 179, I think, which was great. But then we stopped going and life took over and the weight piled on. And so we went to Weight Watchers again. I didn't really lose much. And then we went to, what was it? LA Weight Loss, I think it was. And I lost a little bit, but at the same time, I was really struggling. I had gotten hurt playing hockey my senior year of high school. And this was when we were going to LA Weight Loss. But I had gotten hurt, and I was struggling with the fact that I was hurt, I couldn't play, but I was on this program that was supposed to help me lose weight, but I had to eat a certain amount a day, and like it wasn't coming off still. And then, God, I bounced from like fad diet to fad diet. I've done Herbalife, I've done Nutrisystem, I have done LA Weight Loss a couple of times, Weight Watchers a couple of times, just like working out like crazy, eating right. It was April of 2015. I went to see this, it was like an informational meeting on bariatric surgeries. I was really considering the band at that point, but the band was not going to give me results because I was so big. Now, telling you what I weigh isn't really something I typically do, but I weighed over 400 pounds. I know. So back in May of 2015, or April of 2015, sorry, I went and did this informational meeting, and they talked about the lap band, because they were still doing them at that hospital, the sleeve gastrectomy, and the gastric bypass. And I wasn't fully committed to like a really surgical approach yet. So I was still really looking at the lap band. I never had it done. I kind of chickened out. I had, in May or June of 2015, I had finally gotten myself a primary care physician. So he set me up with a nutritionist, and I wasn't losing weight that way. And then he said, okay, this was like several months later, but he said, okay, let's maybe get you to talk to somebody about a bariatric surgery and like physically talk to them, not an informational meeting, an actual talk. So I met with this guy at, I think it was Morton Hospital in Taunton. And he was like, you need to lose 40 pounds, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I remember thinking, I'm here because I can't lose weight. Like, I've tried and I failed, and I keep trying and I keep failing. And like a couple of pounds would come off, but nothing is substantial and nothing close to 40 pounds. But this guy was adamant that he would not and refused to do surgery if I didn't lose those 40 pounds. I saw him for about 6 months and maybe lost 15 pounds. His program, there was no nutritionist I talked to. There was no psych eval. There was nothing like that. And I was starting not to feel comfortable with it. So in November of 2016, I decided to go to my mom's hospital where she worked, which was Newton Wellesley Hospital, and see one of the bariatric surgeons there. So I called them and I set up a meeting. I called them and they said that I had to go to an informational meeting and then they would go from there. So I sat down at this meeting and I remember sitting there and like it was in like a theater setting. Now, if you're a big girl or a big guy, you know those seats are very, very tight in the hips, on the legs, and they're not comfortable to sit in. But thankfully, they had regular seats, like kitchen chair kind of thing, or not kitchen chairs, but like the folding chairs, the metal folding chairs. They had some of those in the back. But I remember seeing all these people that couldn't fit in the seats and I had gotten there early, so I was one of the lucky ones that got to sit in a folding chair. But I remember seeing people, they couldn't fit in the seat. They were so embarrassed. There were no more folding chairs left. And the thing that saddened me the most was this guy who walked in, or I'm sorry, he didn't walk in. This guy was wheeled in on a hospital bed, and they said to him, "You need this surgery. You will die without this surgery." And it was kind of like eye-opening in a way. I don't know. That image sticks in my brain so much. This guy who looked like he was on his deathbed was being told he needed this surgery right away or he was going to die. So anyway, I sat there. This was a 2-hour meeting, and right after, I knew I was signing up with this doctor. I said, "Get me into your earliest appointment. I don't care who I see." And they did. So my first appointment, I had to have labs done. I had to have a psych eval. I had to meet with a nutritionist. I had to meet with a surgeon. I had to meet with a nurse to get like my vitals and everything like that. This appointment was 4 hours long. They told me, pack a lunch, you're gonna be here a while. I got there at 9 a.m. and I left at 1:30. It was intense, it was crazy. I did it, and I'm happy I did it because I wouldn't be here today if I didn't. So we're gonna flash forward a little bit to the process I had to go through for my insurance. Now, my insurance wanted to see about 3 to 4 months of progress or trying and appointments. So every month I had to go meet with my surgeon. Now, I ended up doing, it was kind of like keto. It was very low carb to lose what I had to lose. She told me she only wanted to see progress, that I didn't have to lose a certain amount. She just wanted to see progress every visit. She said she would have liked for me to have lost 25, but it was just progress she cared about. I ended up losing, I think it was around 27 on the diet her nutritionist put me on. And I was happy, I was excited. I remember my husband and I went to lunch. We went to Five Guys and I got like, I think it was a burger bowl. It was either a burger bowl or a lettuce wrap burger, because that's all I was eating. Not just that, but anyway. And I remember walking into the office and they said, "Robin, we just got word your insurance approved your surgery." I was so excited. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I was that I was finally approved and I was getting a date. Now, in my office, I had to go and do a barium swallow test, which you drink this disgusting, it was a disgusting chalky drink. And then they would take like x-rays as you were drinking it, like as it was going down, so they could see if you had a hiatal hernia or anything that would prevent this surgery from happening. Everything looked good. And then I had to take a pregnancy test. I had to take lab tests all the week before surgery. I was at that hospital, I think 3 times that week. So I had to do all that. So that was, all the testing was one day. Another day I had to go and take another class. This was called the post-op class. And they tell you everything you're able to eat and drink, stuff you want to stock up on, to have on hand. And I did that. And then there was another day I had to go back to the hospital to sign all the paperwork and everything. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, this is it. This is it. Once I sign, this is it. And I was scared. I really was. But it was amazing. And I want to show you a picture of what I looked like in 2017. So I'm going to put that here. I was a big girl. Surgery day, I went in, I think I was around 4'10", I think. So my highest weight was 439.6 pounds. Highest I've ever gotten to, that I know of anyway. But surgery day, I was around 4'10". I can put the exact number up here. I don't know what it is, but it's around there, I'm pretty sure. And I remember that morning I went into my daughter's room because she was the only person in the house that had a full-length mirror, so I had to use her mirror. So, and I remember thinking, this is it. I won't look like this again. So, on my journey from the sleeve, over about 1.5 years, I got down to 279 pounds. That was the lowest I could go. And I got stuck there for a very long time. So I was like, am I done? What's going on? And then it slowly started to pile back on. But I don't mean pile, like they told me I would gain about 15 pounds from my lowest. They told me that flat out. And I did. But then when COVID happened, I started to slowly gain a little bit more. And I got up to about 327 again. And I started to get scared because I never wanted to go back to 436 pounds. So I called my surgeon and I said, look, I have looked into other aspects. I know we had talked about that the sleeve might not be enough, that I might need another surgery. And she was right. So last year, on November 30th, 2020, I went in and had the duodenal switch. If you don't know what the duodenal switch is, it is basically the sleeve gastrectomy. And then they'll do it kind of like a part with your intestines. So I had the SADI switch, which is a single anastomosis duodenal intestine, something like that. So I had not the traditional one. My surgeon didn't do the traditional one, and I was okay with that because I had seen so many people and their progress on the SADI switch, and they were doing fantastic. So I was like, that's fine, I'll take that one. So I had the SADI switch done, and as of today, which is February, so as of today, Wednesday, February 24th, 2021, I have lost another 47.6 pounds. So I went into surgery weighing 319. And so on November 30th, I weighed 319 pounds. And I will input a picture here from that. And now I am down to 271.2. So I've lost another 47.6, I believe, pounds for, I don't know what the total is, but I will put my total poundage up here that I am down from my highest weight. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is real life. I can't believe I'm able to fit into clothes that I haven't fit into in years or at all. My adult life, I've never seen some of the sizes that I am seeing now. And that's intense. And I'm excited for this journey. And I really hope you guys will follow along with me so that you can understand what it's like to be a bariatric patient, so that you can understand what it's like to be a fat person, so that you can understand what it's like to go through this, and so that you can understand what I put myself through on a daily basis. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.